of the Regal Trophy. Bradford Northern against Castleford. Two sides of great quality, and live in Bradford we'll join our commentary team of Joe Lydon and Ray French.
Bradford now quiet after the New Year festivities, but plenty of action here in prospect at the vast Odsal Bowl. And an evenly balanced all Yorkshire tie in prospect, and next week in Lancashire, Salford in superb form, hoping to stop the trophy holders Wigan from reaching yet another final. Bradford had to be at their best to take the spoils at London Crusaders. Two Paul Newlove tries proving the match winners, while Castleford running out comfortable winners in the end against a very brave Carlisle. And the fans, I think, grateful to escape from the fireside over the holiday period, a chance to relax outdoors, but no rest for the two coaches. Richard Duckingfield spoke to both of them a little earlier, both well aware that luck would play its part. And firstly, Castleford's John Joyner.
Yeah, I think you make your own luck in this game. You know, last season's game, we were in the game for 80 minutes. It's long enough to win any game, and I'll credit to Bradford. They took the chances on the day and deservedly won the game.
And John Joyner loses nothing with being a new coach this year. He's been attached to Castleford all his life, so he knows all the system, he knows all the players. They've been in charge of them now this season, and they're doing very well. In fact, they've continued from previous years. They're a very good football inside.
They've also had a good set of forwards of Bradford. You know, you've always got to get over top of the forwards, but now they've added Paul Newlove to the team. They've Dave Watson, who are great players in their own right. You know, Paul Newlove's probably one of the best force centres in the world, so he's a danger. Derek Fox, you know, you could go on and go on and go on.
You can't win them all, or can you? Well, Wigan have done so recently, so somebody's got to get Wigan down, and who knows? Could be either us or Castleford.
Bradford lost in two finals in the 90s, firstly to Warrington and last season to the holders Wigan. While Castleford lost out at the semi-final stage to Bradford last year and are desperate to add to that one trophy final appearance 17 seasons ago. Just two previous meetings between the sides in the competition, Bradford winners on both occasions, but as we can see, very close contests. Bradford suffering a couple of late changes. Coach Peter Fox's plans upset by the withdrawals this morning of centre Darryl Shelford with a calf muscle pull, and Carl Furbank, a victim overnight of a stomach bug. Steve McGowan and David Heron come in at centre and loose forward. But no problems for Castleford coach John Joyner, and if this match is to be settled on the wings, then they come no better than Castleford's twin thrust with 32 tries between them, St John Ellis and Simon Middleton. Halves Kemp and Ford will be looking to get the ball to those flanks. Very even game in prospect. Trevor Clark, the hooker, and Gerald Cordell went home for a holiday in Wales, but he'll have no holiday here this afternoon. Summers, Hobbs, David Watson, Brie McKebby brought in on the wing this morning. And a good crowd here assembled for what I think, Joe, will be a very, very evenly balanced tie.
Yes, both teams will have had a quiet start to 1994 Kirby celebrations, but I think whoever wins today will have obviously the ideal start to the year.
Bradford skipper Derek Fox, £140,000 signing. The tactician behind the Northern Pack, and Lee Crooks, another costly £150,000 signing 4 years ago from Leeds, and one that has really paid dividends for Castleford. And the little mascot there to wear a Nicow, the Castleford forward's daughter. Very proud day for her in this Regal Trophy semi-final. Just a little shake of hands with Heaven Nicow there, and referee John Connolly, I think, very keen to get the proceedings underway. John Connolly himself, a former amateur player with the famous Wigan St Patrick's side. Twin brother Robert, also a leading referee, just 4 seasons in charge of the first grade. John Connolly. A photograph for the mascots albums. And she gets a little reward, cash reward as well. pitch in perfect condition. The frost has gone, they've had covers all over this pitch here at Odsal for the past 48 hours, and they've certainly had a tremendous effect, haven't they, Joe?
They have. The pitch looks in excellent condition and they're all set for a great game.
The Bradford Northern, of course, as we said, successful in last year's semi-final and also successful in the league match earlier on. And this was one man who helped to make Bradford successful in that league match. Paul Newlove, the inspiration this season behind the side as Derek Fox gets the game underway. Castleford in possession, unusual colours here for Castleford. We're normally used to seeing the yellow jerseys, but these two different blues, but no failure to spot the man there to wear a nick out. Lee Crooks, Castleford skipper, likes to lead from the front. Martin Ketteridge referred at prop forward to Dean Sampson on the substitutes bench, and Graham Steadman brought into the game for his kicking early on. Picked up by Kiwi Dave Watson. Oh, nice pass from Watson, eager to get the game away. Bit of a risky pass or not, Joe?
It is a risky pass, but Watson's a type of player that will try things like that. He's very difficult to put down in the tackle one-on-one. And I'm sure if Castleford are going to win this game, that's one of the areas they'll have to watch and try and keep the reins on that man.
David Hobbs just knocking his own man, Derek Fox, out of the way, brought to ground by, what was it there, number 8, Lee Crooks, and Watson looking for an attack. Dixon charging in. Bradford Northern like to use this pack in midfield, and it's a very big one. Trevor Clark leading the charge there, the Kiwi. Steadman's underneath it, and he takes it well. And Simon Middleton, wingman, doing a good job, bringing the ball away at first receiver. Steadman in again. Both of these two, Steadman and Middleton, plenty of pace attacking half-back, Joe.
Yes, they come into the middle of the field and help the forwards out. It's nice for the forwards to get a bit of relief and for those faster men to get a bit wider.
And forward pass. Mr. Connolly wanting the two teams to stay away. Castleford just a slight advantage there in the weights. It's Bradford's head and ball, and Summers bringing it out over there. Oh, good run there by Steve McGowan, but loses the ball. McGowan trying to work his way around there. Kemp to nick out. One of many Kiwis in this these Castleford and Bradford sides, and holding down. Trevor Clark being told to get off very, very quickly. And Joe, yourself as a player, referees are very insistent on this at the moment, aren't they?
Yes, it's a new rule. It's not a new rule. It's a rule that they've been asked to keep an eye on to try and play the balls a little bit faster. Each team likes to hold down and try and get their defensive line set. And it's a case early on of finding the right time to hold down and when to let go.
Russell to Smales. Ian Smales wants a centre. The second row with plenty of pace. Well in there by Kemp. Mike Ford making play down that blind side there with Tony Morrison. But good tackling by Bradford. Crooks charging at the heart of the Bradford defence. Just 8 metres now from this Bradford Northern line. Watson, good pass. Well picked up by Watson, but Bradford ball, the original knock-on, I think. There we see Middleton kicks. Well, a bit unfortunate with the knock-on there, I think, Joe.
To be honest, yeah, I don't think that was a knock-on at all, really. It seemed to come off his upper body, but not his hands, surely.
Again, lying on Martin Ketteridge. Mr. Connolly giving the signal. He says, he's telling both sides, you know the crack, he says, that's his expression. He's certainly trying to speed up this game, referee John Connolly. Trevor Clark. Hobbs. Be a knock on. Bradford Northern third in Division 1 at the moment, Castleford fifth. Mike Ford to Kemp. Just 5 minutes gone, looking for the first score. Nick Howe again, likes to run out wide, especially down the right-hand side. And over to Richard Duckingfield down there on the bench.
Yes, right, players certainly won't need any prompting to run around this afternoon because temperatures at pitch side now dropping to 0, although the pitch itself is in good condition in the middle, just hard and slippery on the touch lines.
And still this Castleford attack. Good opening start here by the men from Weldon Road. Kemp again. The chip, well covered by Watson. I almost thought he was trying to get the pass to Bremer Kebby then, Joe.
It wouldn't surprise me. As we said earlier, he'll get the pass away as often as he can.
Pitch in ideal condition, just one or two little patches where the frost has not quite gone. Heron. To Hamer. John Hamer, a policeman from the Siddle Amateur Club. And Derek Fox again employing the kicking game. I think we'll see a lot from him. And that is a good kick. They don't come much better than that, Joe.
Oh, excellent kick, that one. Derek Fox obviously knows this ground like the back of his hand. Turning the Castleford forwards round there and gaining a full 40 yards in the field.
Captain Derek Fox. I like to hear John Connolly just chatting to the players, putting them at their ease, just getting on that right balance with them. St John Ellis, leading try scorer this season with 22 for Castleford. Tony Morrison, ex-Swinton player. And Russell bringing Nick Howe. All well picked up. One or two of the crowd shouting for forward pass, but not according to Mr. Connolly. And it's Lee Crooks who's leading the charges again. And notice that little slip pass there. He's a master at that, is Lee Crooks. And the kicking game, this time being employed by Mike Ford. Kebby has plenty of pace if he can get away. This Bradford Northern left wing, number 5. Ooh, a wild pass. Good job, John Hamer was lurking about there, Joe.
Yeah, we've seen both teams early on playing for position. You know, territorial obviously is very important early on in the game. Both teams taking the ball up hard and straight, but then using the kick.
Bradford Northern, Regal Trophy winners twice, but the last success 14 seasons ago. Last year's runners-up to Wigan by 15 points to 8. So a good record in this tournament. Paul Newlove. First real action in the match, but plenty will be expected of this man, Paul Newlove. Fox again with the kicking, but not a good one this time. On the line, hits the line, so straight out, and of course the ball must bounce in the field of play. So the handover to Castleford, and Crooks again at first receiver. Smales. Mr. Connolly getting Bradford right back the full 10 metres. Russell there, spotted Trevor Clark coming in, moved away nicely just on that 10 metre line. Still all Castleford at this stage. Ketteridge. can't get the ball away. Good clamping of the ball there by David Heron and Neil Summers. But Kemp looks for Nickau, finds him. Oh, Nickau held the ball up there perfectly. He was looking to get the pass, plays it to himself. He can do. There was no one marking him. But a knock on. Loses the ball on the sixth tackle, and Gerald Caudle there, number 2 for Bradford, very annoyed there at the possible lapse in Northern's concentration. Roy Powell. Bradford having difficulty getting away from the line, Joe.
Yeah, they're using the forwards to come away, but they've had a few drop balls as well. It's been a little bit scrappy, and they don't seem to be as switched on as Castleford at the moment.
Derek Fox, Heron, late inclusion, David Heron, a veteran, 35 years of age. He'll not want me to remind him, but still superb skills in handling. The kick from Derek Fox, not where he intended, easily picked up by Steadman. Looked very confident, Castleford.
Yes, they've obviously targeted Derek Fox's kicking abilities, and they're putting pressure on him a lot to try and prevent him.
And an offside decision there against Steve McGowan. He didn't get back in line to mark Steadman when he played the ball. There we can see he comes from the side. He must be standing in front of him. Martin Ketteridge, former Moor Ends amateur in Doncaster. Crooks again. Just can't keep this Castleford skipper away from the ball. Invariably there at first receiver. The switch with Ford. The Middleton. Tony Kemp. Nickau. Oh, the ball lost there. That was a chance when begging.
Castleford are using the ball at every opportunity, slipping short passes, bringing the man on in support. But then again, the final pass there just went to ground. Scrum, and it's Bradford's feet.
McGowan. Paul Dixon charging through. Good run here from this Bradford Northern second row, former Great Britain star. His form has been a revelation since his signing from Leeds. And suddenly this Bradford pack moves up a notch or two. Clark. Well, a commentator's nightmare, Joe.
Yeah, it was Clark there. It was a pretty bad ball, actually, from the Hackton half-back position. Dave Heron came across the back of the ruck. Watson was stood in the way, and it just didn't go to hand.
Scrums just all with the head at the moment. Tony Morrison looking to surprise a gap there. Russell using the blind side well, making 10 metres. Well looked after there by Caudle and McGowan. Middleton to Kemp to Crooks. Castleford won this trophy just once, way back in season 76-77 against Blackpool Borough. Mike Ford looking to place that ball. Significant, he placed the ball in the corners there, Joe, where the pitch actually rises to accommodate the speedway track.
Yes, that's right. The ball just holds up, it won't go out of play, it stays in the in-goal area. And it gives a chance for a great chase to put the man down inside his in-goal area or just outside the line.
Nickau driving for the line, a bad mistake there from Bradford. Russell, Kemp in possession. Not for very long. Do you think the cold is having an effect? We've had some mishandling, Joe.
Possibly, but I think that was put down to Dave Heron's good defence here. Tony Kemp was stood in the tackle looking to pass, and Heron came over the top and knocked ball and man down to the floor.
Derek Fox coming away from the scrum. Oh, and I think that punch certainly went in there. And John Joyner, the Castleford coach, doesn't look very happy with that. Lee Crooks protesting incidents, but certainly Paul Newell have felt the effects of that, I think. He's a marked man, but he shouldn't be so marked, Joe, should he?
He might be marked in the morning when he gets out of bed. 4 men in the tackle there. They know that he's a danger when every time he gets the ball, and they'll try and put as much pressure on as possible.
And certainly Paul Newell, he's a very, very big lad, a very strong lad. He certainly felt the effects of that punch. And I wonder what's going through John Joyner's head. Does he think Crooks may go off? Oh, well, it wasn't so much a punch, Joe, as the use of the head, I think.
Yeah, a little bit over. Anxious to put him to the floor there. His hands were tied up in the tackle, and to be honest, Lee did use his head there, or so it seemed from this angle. The tackle was already affected. You see Nick Howe and Crooks. Steadman comes in as well. Yeah, that was a bit naughty there from Lee.
The crowd's boos signify the reaction here to Crooks staying on the pitch. I think a very lucky man, Lee Crooks, but he's certainly been warned in no uncertain terms by the referee that the next time he steps out of line, he could be in trouble. And certainly Paul Newell will be in trouble there around the cheekbone, Joe.
Yeah, very, very dodgy place to take a knock. It's so easy to break your cheekbone.
Let's hope it's not so serious. Fox then trying to launch the Bradford pack, and Paul Dixon in particular. 16 minutes gone, still looking for the first point. Somers, another kick for Kebby, that ball staying up there. And he's given the try. The speed and the pace of Brian Kebby. We mentioned not long ago about the tactic of kicking to the corners here because of the speedway track. It slopes, the ball stays, it doesn't go out as quickly as on other grounds, and doesn't Kebby know that? His 10th of the season. Took Castleford by surprise.
You did mention it earlier, Ray, this sloping pitch and the corner flags. They work for good position. They've obviously planned this, practiced it. And Kebby's got the pace to get to the line and score the try.
Nice kick, rubber kick through there by Neil Summers, and we can see the pace of Kebby. He's got Ellis, he's got Steadman, but he gets there first, or does he? Not the easiest of kicks for Derek Fox, just over the upright. So, Bradford Northern, I think, content with that, 4 points to 0 in the lead.
We see again here, the kick coming from Summers. St. John Ellis on the right wing for Castleford is no slouch, but having to turn and chase the ball, Kebby's always got that bit of an edge on him. Yeah, I think he gets the ball first then.
And that is one of the patches where we do have some ice and little snow about. Hard going down there for Dixon. Exciting running here from this Kiwi from Manukau, Dave Watson, New Zealand Test player.
And they're saying on the Bradford bench that everybody in the world knows about this corner of the Odsal Stadium. It holds the ball up and that's why Brumakevi was able to get in to score. The news of Paul Newlove, whose head came into contact with Lee Crooks, is that he's got a damaged left cheekbone, but he'll be all right.
Gerald Caudle on the right wing there. And Bradford now fairly moving this ball to Paul Newlove. But 2 and 3 Castleford defenders looking after this big man all the time. And once again the touch judge is in. Mr. Brown spotted something again.
Well, it was Paul Newlove involved in the tackle again. They're certainly marking this man, up, a lot of pressure on him in defence. To be honest, I didn't see anything in the tackle that warranted a penalty. The touch judge obviously spotted something.
John Connolly just settling the two teams down. Peter Fox as impassive as ever. And it looks, Joe, as if the problem has been following Gerald Caudle's run, the penalty going to go against him.
Well, listen to the referee's microphone there. It definitely is a penalty toward Castleford. So it must have been something in the tackle, or after he played the ball, he must have reacted to something and give a penalty away.
An off-the-ball incident between Caudle and Tony Smith. Just having a word about retaliation from Tony Smith. He's certainly laying the law down. He's having a word with both captains, and I think he's right to do so. He's telling both of them that any further misdemeanours and the player will go.
I think that's good refereeing there. Getting both captains in. Obviously it's a cup game and the tempers are a little bit high, things are running high, but he's trying to calm things down there. Let's get on with the football.
And he's taking some time to do that, Joe, which will have settled the players down.
That's right, it just calms everybody down. As we said, let's get back to playing the rugby instead of arguing and fighting.
Lee Crooks to Nicow with space on the outside. Once again looking to get his pass away, but just couldn't move it. Oh, the attempted kick again from Steadman. Not effective. The first knock on. So Castleford's ball. Judging the knock on from the kick. Neil Summers knocking on. Nicow from the scrum. St. John Ellis. Castleford again edging closer. Brooks. Richard Russell, he's got Ford with him on the outside, can't get that ball away. Ford once again to Ketteridge. Decides for the charge. Quick to play the ball. Morrison. Smith. Castleford creeping nearer. Oh, there's a gap there. Richard Russell's over. Yes, Richard Russell spotted the gap. Bradford moved too quickly. They moved forward. The light was there. And that Castleford hooker, former Oldham number 9, he was through the gap for the softest of tries and the equaliser. Quick thinking there by Russell.
Well, they've been having fast play of the ball since the start of the game, Castleford. That was probably one of the slowest. Richard Russell noticed that the markers had jumped forward, spotted the gap and dove over.
Yes, the Bradford Northern man there, Trevor Clark, number 9, just noticed him go forward. He realises what he's done, and they just can't hold Russell out. Lee Crooks, 30 years of age, former Great Britain tourist, and well on the goal-kicking charts this season. 53 to his name and looking to give Castleford the lead. No wind at all, hardly. Off the 20-metre line, but he doesn't. He misses. So, all square, Castleford 4 and Bradford 4. It's as tight as we thought, Joe, isn't it?
Yes, it's always going to be a close game, and early on we've seen both sides trying to get possession and territory. Very, very even. I'm sure it'll continue all afternoon.
St. John Ellis. Already doubled his try tally of last season, 22 so far. Ketteridge. Nickow. Taweran. Nickow finding plenty space, but as we can see again, nothing between the sides. Knock on by Castleford.
If conditions are bad out there and handling is difficult, then Castleford are ignoring it, but they are putting quite a few balls to the ground.
It was a well-intended pass though by Lee Crooks. Fox.
With Alan Agar on the Castleford bench, Alan, you'd say that Bradford's try was against the run of play, but yours was justified.
Well, I think it's fairly even. I think the scoreboard reflects the game. They've had their tilts, we've had ours, and we've come up with a try apiece.
Some lost tempers.
It's semi-final, isn't it? Nobody's come to lay down. We've come to compete in the game, so have Bradford Northern.
Happy so far?
Yeah, we can't complain about the way it's going.
Thanks, Alan.
Paul Newlove, a big man to put down. 15.5 stone. But Castleford coming in 2 and 3s. They do have the best defensive record in the First Division this season, being tested here by Bradford. Heron gets it away to Newlove, to Roy Powell. But Castleford moving up very, very quickly. The 5th tackle. I think they'll be looking to Derek Fox here. What type of kick will we see from Fox? Well, we don't. We see a pass, and it's picked up by Stedman. It was good pressure there by Castleford, stopped Derek Fox's kick, Joe.
Yeah, they closed the space down very, very well, limited his options, and as a result he had to pass in the end rather than put that kick into those corners.
Middleton in outstanding form this season, this Castleford wing. Lee Crooks again. But that was a good tackle by Roy Powell. Russell making good ground once again from the acting half-back position. Bradford Northern not quite picking them up. Here's the other man again, forward. He's got Smales racing through now then. Smales is looking for support. The 5th tackle, Castleford must run this ball. Morrison out there in the corner. Oh, he's in touch. Middleton protests, but he's in touch. No hesitation there from Mr. Barrett. The flag was up. He can protest all he wants, but Mr. Barrett's firm. It's touch.
The toucher was right on the spot here as well. Simon Middleton did the right thing. He got low, but I think it was flag as well at the same time. Just in touch.
Bradford's Neil Summers. Strong standoff. Heron. Both sides defensively moving up very, very quickly. Powell. Bradford just settling it down here after that narrow escape. Paul Dixon. 1 or 2 options. They can use David Hobbs for the kicking as they do here. He's a powerful kicker, former Great Britain prop. But again, picked up by Stedman. And a good chase there by Steve McGowan, Bradford Northern number 3, containing Castleford deep into their own half here. Ketteridge. Ian Smales. These 2 second rows, Smales and having a good game. Morrison.
Yeah, they've both been playing well, running strong. But I think the biggest factor that Castleford have got is the fact that the half-backs in Ford and Kemper combining well and bringing people like Nico out wide. And a shoulder charge there after the
The whistle had gone by John Hamer, number 10, again arousing the wrath of the Castleford fans. And Mr. Brown coming in again just to tell Mr. Connolly to have a word, I think, with John Hamer. And here we see it.
I think the whistle had already gone here. There was no need for John Hamer just to finish this off. Tiago Nico definitely wasn't expecting it. The referee had already blown the whistle for a penalty.
But in fact, he's not penalising Hamer there. He's sticking to the original penalty, Joe.
Yes, good refereeing.
That puts Bradford on the attack. And Hamer straight into the battle. Bradford using this big pack now. Roy Powell shrugs off a defender. Martin Ketteridge, number 10 there, hanging on for life. Hobbs trying to work Derek Fox on that side there. Gerald Cornell, the former Cardiff wingman. Half an hour gone, still. Bradford 4, Castleford 4. Powell, good play with the forwards here. Powell taking it closer. 2 metres from the Castleford line. David Hobbs trying to crash over 17 stone forward. Derek Fox calling for the ball. Summers launches McGowan, runs into the Castleford trap. Castleford only conceded 187 points in this season's first division. Excellent defence, Joe.
You can see why they've only conceded that many points. Defence closing in the space very well, moving off their own line and cutting the options down that Bradford had.
Ketteridge. Kemp. Launching Morrison. Lee Crooks, always dangerous going forward. Notice how he holds that ball in one hand. Puts the pass away. Scrambled away by Castleford, but Mr. Connolly's not very happy with that. Perhaps Lee Crooks overdoing it a little there, but always dangerous, that big number 8. Holds it in one hand, always tries to get the pass away. I think it just caught Roy Powell there.
Yeah, he said he always tries to get it away. He draws the defence in, commits the man to the tackle and then releases the ball out to the back. He scored many tries, or created many tries doing that exact same thing.
Paul Dixon running from deep. Clark, former Maori player in New Zealand. One of 3 Kiwis in this Bradford side. There's Dave Watson, number 1. A great tradition here of Kiwis at Bradford. Possibly one of the most famous, Jack McLean, the free-scoring wingman in the 40s and 50s. And free-scoring number 4 there, Paul Newell, 52 tries last season. Derek Fox just taking his eyes off the ball, and we can see the needle between those 2 scrum halves there, Ford and Fox. Great rivals over the past 10-11 years. Smails. Tony Kemp trying to move this ball out wide to Ford again. Uses the switch. Kemp. Former Newcastle Knights player in Australia, up there in warmer climes in Queensland. Dave Watson and Brimmer Kevy just quietly and contentedly letting that ball roll out there, and it is very hard in that corner. Of course, under the ruling, head and ball at the scrum from Bradford, so players these days very rarely attempt to stop the ball going into touch. Why make the mistake when you can have the scrum? Watson. Eric Fox to Brian McKebby. Ian Smales, number 12 there, did well to stop Kebby from coming inside St John Ellis. Hamer developed very strongly this season, this number 10 for Bradford, John Hamer. Fox now moving it across to Heron. Another gifted ball player, the number 13 for Bradford, David Heron. Summers.
4-4 at this stage, close to half-time, so watch out for a drop goal attempt. Because the side that goes in, a point in front, would have the psychological advantage, obviously.
James Steadman. Just 5 minutes remaining in this first half. The match as tight as we predicted. Tony Smith did well to take that pass, but it's Castleford gaining momentum, moving forward very, very quickly. Kettridge. Simon Middleton, number 5 there, just overrunning Kettridge's pass. He's not too happy.
There's a fine balance here, Ray, between taking your chances and putting daft passes out. I don't think that ball was ever on, really, and it would have been far better to take the tackle and try and build another attack from the play of the ball.
It's Castleford's style of rugby, Joe, although they do take chances, don't they? And that's how they win some quite spectacular games.
They do. When it comes off to good effect, as Wigan and myself know well, that hiding the game was up at Castleford.
Surprisingly number of handling errors, Joe.
There are conditions, as you said earlier on, might not be helping. But both sides have been pushing the passes a little bit.
Temperatures, of course, down there, as Richard Duckingfield said earlier on, at pitch side, right down to almost 0. Watson to Paul Newlove. Not really had a running chances yet, but they point about this big man, £245,000 buy in the summer. He can pull out a try, and there is an attempt at drop by David Hobbs, but a little low.
Yeah, Castleford had shut down the space once more, put pressure on David Hobbs, and he couldn't get a clear chance to kick in.
I think it's been significant, Joe, how very quickly Castleford removed Bradford from their own 20-metre area, don't they, with the speed of moving up.
Yeah, it's also, you know, the fast play of the ball, so if you can do that yourself when you have the ball. But Castleford's defence has been excellent, and when they've had the ball themselves, they've been playing it fast and punching holes in Bradford's defence.
Lee Crooks trying perhaps one pass too many, but it went behind him, picked up well by Smales. St John Ellis, back to Smales, thinks better about opening out play, drives in. Away past Trevor Clark there. St John Ellis, oh, he's been in superb form, this man, this season. Former Rydale York player. Castleford looking to go into the lead at half-time. Kemp brings Morrison inside. Bradford's turn to defend now. Are they up to it? Just 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Crooks, the little rubber kick, and I think Smith's there. Yes, he is. Tony Smith anticipated that kick by Lee Crooks perfectly. And once again, Bradford Northern stunned by that. 8 points to 4 for Castleford. And Smith's 6th of the season. Good anticipation there.
Well, for the first half, Bradford have been watching Lee Crooks flick little passes out. This time he puts the kick through. Smith, as you say, anticipates it, runs on well, scores a great try just before half-time, crucial part of the game.
Here we see the ball, good long pass there. Crooks weighs up the options, left-footed little grubber kick, and there's Smith just beating McGowan to the ball, and delight on his face. Just the one attempt to the first try. But a very powerful kicker, kicked some very important goals in his club and international career, and really has been in outstanding form this season. Crooks then looking to extend that lead, right-footed, slides it around, and it's there, yes! Good kick by Lee Crooks. Puts those Castleford fans in good heart and takes Cass out to 10 points to 4. Just a minute remaining now in this half.
A lot of teams might have worked it to the middle of the field for a drop goal here, with only a couple of minutes left on the clock. Castleford always looking for the try. Lee Crooks, great kick through. Spots the defence flat-footed. Smith runs through, touchdown, 4 points just before half-time.
Grant Anderson. Castleford trying to move that ball out, perhaps a little too much for Martin Ketteridge there. And a penalty there for Mike Ford, interfering as Bradford were trying to pick the ball up and take advantage of the knock-on. And I think well worth a shot here by Derek Fox.
Yes, I don't think they'd have had time on the clock to run out a set of players and try and score with a try, so they're going to take the 2 points, or hopefully take the 2 points through Derek Fox.
32 metres out. Derek Fox, the ball's flapping a little, it is, and it comes back infield there. Picked up well by Grant Anderson. So a let off there for Castleford. Still that same scoreline. Castleford 10, Bradford Northern 4. St John Ellis using his pace again, but no way past the bulk of David Hobbs. Russell. I think Castleford will be content just to hold the ball here and then put the long kick downfield. Ford didn't like that tackle. Had a few words to say to Paul Dixon. And here is that long kick downfield, but Watson's up to the task. Takes the pressure off Castleford though just before the half-time hooter, Joe.
Yeah, they had the time to play with then. They used the forwards well to get to the 22, just past the 22, and then used Stedman's long kick, as you said, downfield, just to relieve the pressure and consolidate that 6-point lead just before the break.
Derek Fox, Watson, Clark, Dixon. Look for the centre there, Paul Newland, but he'd gone across to the other side. David Hobbs making simpler approaches and losing the ball once again. Picked up by Ian Smales. Castleford playing very well around this acting half-back position, making plenty of yardage. Ketteridge. Crooks again. Forward into stoppage time now, injury time. Nickow. Oh, did well to get away there. He's got plenty of pace as this Kiwi. The fifth tackle, Graham Stedman launches a high one. Ian Smales is up there. And Heron spots the danger, but these two sides providing us with a similar thriller to the one that we got last season. 10 points to 4 for Castleford, but I think the next 40 minutes it could still go either way, Joe.
It could. It's very, very finely balanced. I think the significant factor for Castleford has been the work of Richard Russell, running acting half-backs, played exceptionally well, brought his forwards onto it, and his distribution's been excellent.
So 10-4 to Castle.
10-4 to Castle of that Regal Trophy semi-final. Bradford Northern 4, Castleford 10. A competitive, highly charged first half. What does the second half hold in store now as we rejoin Joe Lydon and Ray French?
Yes, and I think this second half will be as competitive and as highly charged, especially from this team, Bradford. Joe, what do you think Peter Fox may have been saying to them at half-time?
I think he'll have asked his half-backs to get the play, to go at Cass a little bit wider. Maybe bring Paul Newlove in. Paul's got a lot of ball, but it's been in the middle of the field. He needs to get some running chances out wide, down the flanks, and try and attack Castleford on the outside.
Territory very, very even, Joe, but possession there very even as well, yet Castleford have taken the chances, haven't they?
Well, it reflects just how hard the game is and how close it is out there in the semi-final. You know, we knew it was going to be a difficult game. Whoever takes the chances, as in last season's game, will come out the winners, and Castleford have done that so far.
A vast Odsal Stadium there. And here is the try, Joe.
This is the Castleford try where people just hung off Crooks. Dave Herring hung off him a little bit there. Roy Powell came in. A lovely weighted kick through to the line. And Tony Smith's on hand to pounce on the try and score 4 valuable points. Made 6 by Lee Crooks with a great kick.
And there is that vast Odsal Stadium, once housed 102,000, a world record, but also good number of fans on the terraces today. Dave Watson picking up the kick straight away. And substitute already, Paul Gratian there coming on, and number 14 as well, Paul Medley, the two of them. Medley, of course, fulfilled many positions this season. Brian McKebby. And there is Paul Gratian, a tank of a prop forward, son of Jeff Gratian. Gratian coming on for hops, and Newlove putting Kebby away there on the outside, exactly as Joe Lydon said. Moving the ball wider. Derek Fox. Gratian. Nice pass of the ball there to Fox. Got the 6 tackle and the handover.
With Nigel Stevenson, the Bradford Northern assistant coach. Nigel, 2 decisive changes at half-time. Can you explain them to us?
Well, Paul Gratian's fresh legs is going to take us forward round the ruck. We need to take the ball forward before we can start to play football. And Paul Medley will give us a little bit more power and a little bit wider out when we decide to spread the ball.
Obviously not satisfied with the first half. Really too many mistakes and a scrappy performance.
Too many errors. We dropped the ball, I think, 5 times in good field position, and that was a problem. And then with a couple of defensive lapses late in the half, which obviously sent us in 10-4 down.
Not lost yet.
Tony Kent
certainly haven't lost yet.
looking to referee.
We're looking to win the game, and we've started off in a lot better frame of mind this second half.
Thanks, Nigel.
Watson. Roy Powell. Paul Medley having a go himself. One forward with real pace, played on the wing a couple of weeks ago. Substitute number 14, Medley for Bradford, and number 15 there, Gratian. But once again it's Fox opening play out to Paul Dixon. This is better from Bradford Northern now. This is the style of rugby they've been playing this season. Fast attacking. Derek Fox. Well caught by Middleton. And it was caught in the in-goal area, so tap on the 20-metre line. Middleton. Forward. Kettridge being taken care of in midfield there. And Lee Crooks sends Smith part way through the gap. Good tackle by David Heron, but Castleford now coming back. Was that a slight obstruction, Joe?
Possibly. Both sides we've seen in the second half now starting to open the plate a little bit more. Obviously the coaches have had a word at half-time, asked them to put a little bit more out to the ball and get it wider.
And Dave Watson used to that corner, judged the ball nicely. Grant Anderson, number 4 for Castleford, putting him down. Bradford using these two substitutes, the two fresh men, Paul Medley, Roy Powell. Play on, says Mr. Connolly. To Paul Gratian, son of the evergreen forward, Jeff Gratian. Oh, that was a good pass. Neil Summers, he's on his own, he's looking to try to outpace Middleton there, but he can't. Loses a boot in the process, but Fox moving that ball quickly to Watson. He's got Dixon outside, but sends it to Kebby. Kebby takes that ball superbly off his toes. But good cover. Good cover there from Castleford's Grant Anderson, and the handover, and Anderson taking the ball away. He knows that that Castleford line is stretched, and it's Ian Smales coming off with what looks like a wrist injury. Good tackle by Medley, and Smales obviously in some considerable pain there. Receiving urgent attention from Bernadette Scatchard, the Castleford physio, and youngster Andy Hay coming on as substitute. Regularly come off the substitutes bench this season. Watson. Gerald Caudle again coming in to help out. It's certainly going from one try line to the other, Joe.
It is. That was a good kick, and it was only made a good kick because of a great chase by Castleford, putting Bradford under pressure right into their own post.
Well, the kick through by St John Ellis. He's claiming a try, but I don't think it's going to be allowed. He'll have to stay with his 22 this season. He appeals to the touch judge. He kicked through. He thought he got a ricochet.
Well, in a little bit of a knock on there just before he got to the line. But apart from that, that would have been a try. If he could manage to pick that ball up, it would have been another 4 points for Castleford.
Fox. Heron brings Steve McGowan inside. One scored 6 tries in a Regal Trophy match. I don't think we'll see 6 from him with defences like this today. Eric Fox trying to launch Bradford forward, trying to get Bradford away from that half, and I'm sure carrying out that man's orders. Peter Fox. Paul Medley. Roy Powell on the 5th tackle. Really the wrong man to receive the ball there. Bradford in some trouble, but McGowan does well until he loses that ball. Well, Steve McGowan did well to get himself out of trouble there. Roy Powell was the wrong man to receive the ball, but he loses it at the end. Makes little difference though, the handover on the 6th tackle.
And on the Castleford bench, not exactly sure what's the matter with Ian Smales. He's obviously gone over, so he's telling the physio onto his left arm, and it's a problem with his elbow and possibly also a problem with his wrist. He's in some pain, but they're still examining it.
Back to the action with Tawera Nika, the man from Huntly, number 13 in New Zealand. Lee Crooks. Oh, gets that ball away again, but Kemp manages to shrug off a couple of tacklers. Still Castleford moving this ball about, not gaining much ground, but putting pressure on Bradford Northern. Castleford in the lead by 10 points to 4. Steadman, the chip kick, from Stedman. Oh, and Nicow is there. He's going to dive for it, and it's too late. Well, lucky he didn't hurt himself there to wear a Nicow, but good support play from the Kiwi, and he possibly has grazed his hands there on the speedway track.
Nice kick through from Stedman there, just a little bit of a short kick. Watson couldn't gather it. A kick through from Nicow, and if it had been a couple of yards quicker maybe, or that ball had slowed up, it would have been a try for Castleford.
But it's still Castleford in possession with Nicow, and it's Ford going to the corner. Oh, superbly worked blindside move there by the loose forward and the scrum half. And Mick Ford going in for the try at the corner. He's a little bit annoyed, I think, at the tackle as the try was being scored.
If we can just hold it here now from the scrum. Phil Ford going over. Great try. Dave Aaron was locked in the scrum there, couldn't get out. The winger stayed wide to Mark St. John Ellis, and Ford crashes over.
Castleford just taking a breather and having plenty of liquid, but not so for Lee Crooks. His most difficult conversion attempt of the afternoon from the touchline. But Crooks, a very big man, a very powerful kicker. Always difficult to approach the ball though here from the speedway track and then rise up a step onto the pitch. Lee Crooks looking to have the conversion. Ooh, just edges in! The roars of the Castleford fans all around this Odsal Bowl. Lifting Crooks and Castleford, it just edges in. 16 points to 4, convincing lead for Castleford.
The scrum move here, rehearsed many times I'm sure in training. If we run it now in slow motion as the ball comes out, you see Phil Ford getting the ball from Tiawa Nicow. If you hold it there, the gap's caused here. Dave Herron locked in the scrum, having to take Nicow. Ford's left, and Kebby staying on the wing to mark St. John Ellis here, and the gap opens up for Ford to go straight through and finish the try off.
Richard Russell. Lee Crooks. Graham Stedman now pushing Castleford forward all the time with those kicks through. Watson looking after them quite comfortably, but keeping Bradford penned near the line. Paul Newell, something needed from him now. Andrew McKenna. Oh, this man is a flyer. The ball to Kebby, and Kebby's in there for a spectacular try. We said that Paul Newell could launch this man, and he has done, and he only needs the tightest of space on the outside. Brian McKebby brings back a little hope to the Bradford Northern fans.
It was Newell's pass. He hasn't had much room all day, Paul Newell, but he put a lovely ball into Brian McKenby there. Great support on the outside, and the pace of this lad takes him round the defence. Outstrips the cover to the line for a great try.
Derek Fox looking to pull Bradford back to 16 points to 10 points. He fails, so 16 points to 8 then in Castleford's favour. But that was quite some try there from Bradford, and just shows the quality within the northern side.
When you have a centre of the quality of Newlove and he makes a half break, you make sure you're with him, and that's what Bryn McKenzie does. He gets right on his shoulder, he's there to take that short pass, and as I said before, the speed of this lad just outstrips the cover to the line. Great try.
He certainly had a lot to do, did Bryn McKenzie, and he did it.
There he is again, we see it. He came short off the ball, he just wrong-footed everybody, and then his pace takes him round the cover to score just in from the touchline.
To the real interesting section. The next try, surely a very vital one to either side. Oh, and it's Paul Newlove again, racing downfield, coming into the game now, the big centre. Taking forward Castleford players to pull him down. And good play there from Fox. He put the ball back to Kevy, exactly where those Castleford defenders had come from. That was sensible play from Fox. Suddenly, it's Bradford calling the shots now. Paul Dixon putting the kick in, but well picked up by Mike Ford. Ford following a long tradition of classy scrum halves at Castleford. Roger Millward, Keith Hepworth, to name but two. Mike Ford. Suddenly, when the ball moves out to that Bradford Northern left wing, it's a different ball game, Joe.
It is. They are hitting Castleford wide. I think with Neil Summers going off, Dave Heron has filled in with a link man there. He's trying to get the ball to Newlove, and also with Medley running out wide as well. They're making a few holes in the Castleford defence, as I said, on the flanks.
Graham Steadman. Johnny Caldwell helping Dave Watson out there. And what a difference this half, Joe.
Yeah, it is. You know, the football's opened up now. We're seeing more rugby being played. There had to be a platform built in the stadium period in the first half, and now there's much more rugby being played out there.
David Heron. And interference by Tawera Nikau on his opposite number, and silly further penalty incurred again by Nikau. Frustration, I think, but it gives Bradford Northern the shot at an easier goal. There's the first offence. Heron being held down. Indiscipline there by Nikau. Mr. Connolly asking the Castleford players to go back another half a yard. And Derek Fox looking to put over his first goal of the afternoon. Trevor Clark on the bench there with Peter Fox. He gets it. And something for the cheerleaders at last to cheer about. The girls who have braved the cold all afternoon for Bradford Northern. 16-10 for Castleford, 57 minutes gone. The game still delicately poised. Last season semi-final, it was Castleford who came back from well behind. At the moment, it's Bradford. Gratian. Just get the feeling, Joe, that this Bradford pack is beginning to get a little ascendancy in the middle.
Well, they made the two changes at the half-time, and with the fresh people on there, maybe that's having a bearing on the game.
Another sensible kick by the little maestro there, number 7, Derek Fox, pushing Castleford back. keeping Bradford's momentum going.
Yeah, we mentioned in the first half about Fox's kicking. He's done a few that weren't up to his normal standard, but this was a great kick.
St. John Ellis does well to get away there. Gains valuable yards. Nickau hoping to make amends for that penalty conceded. Mike Ford has Kemp outside him to Richard Russell. Lee Crooks. Just see there how Gerald Caudle had to kick that ball dead. It refused to roll dead. But he's played on that wing many times. He knows what happens.
It was a good kick through there and a good chase. I think every team that comes here to Bradford, to Waddle Stadium, knows about these corners. The ball will stop and you've just got to get rid of it. You can't take the chance.
The dropouts very easily picked up by Graham Steadman. Brooks. Martin Ketteridge. Castleford using the pack to edge a little closer to that line. Ford looking for support. He finds to where Nickau. Nickau's made space with the dummy on the outside. Tony Kemp gets the ball over with his left hand, but it's no try. He's adjudged to have dropped it. He's annoyed, but Mr. Connolly was right on the spot. Good break from Nickau though, Joe.
Yeah, he came across there. I thought he'd scored himself here. He holds the ball up. Kemp struggling to go over the line from this angle. I think the referee was right. He did drop it.
And Mike Ford not very happy with himself. He's landed on that very hard patch of grass there that's just above the touchline. The covers that have been on here for 48 hours didn't quite go over that touchline. Very hard. He'll not want to go down there again. Mr. Connolly giving the knock on, but a little grubber kick being attempted on the first tackle there by Neil Summers, and it was knocked on by Kemp. Neil Summers trying to take on the Castleford defence. Crashing in is Bradford Northern number 10. Gratian. Oh, well, it wasn't a high tackle. He was pulled back by the collar of his jersey. Fox. Heron. Looks for support inside. Roy Powell's there but couldn't hold it. To Summers, to Watson. He's elusive as this Kiwi. One-handed gets that ball to Paul Newlove. And it's suddenly Bradford Northern putting the passes together now. Fox, Heron. Paul Dixon, I think, was thinking about playing that game to himself. Oh, Gratian tried to get it back, but Mick Ford has it. He did not have the pace on McGowan. Both sides really playing entertaining rugby, Joe.
That's what rugby league's all about, especially cup football like this. Anybody could score the next try, anybody's going from end to end.
Nickau likes to run out wide there, has far more pace than an average number 13. Russell. Ketteridge, the prop in midfield. Tony Smith, but well read there by David Heron. Ford once again playing to that corner. Gerald Cordler's there, it's safe. Testing Gerald Cordler there once again.
A point made once again about these slumps in the corners. That ball just won't go dead. Cordler having to kick it in a drop out on the sticks.
They're trying to turn both wingmen, Joe, aren't they?
Yeah, both sides are doing it. You know, Bradford haven't done it as well as Castleford, I don't think.
Andy Hay. A very difficult game for a youngster suddenly to be pitched into. But ideal for a man like Lee Crooks, a veteran of close contests and cup matches like this. Ketteridge. Morrison. Oh, Tony Kemp, a neat sidestep. And the fifth tackle. Mike Ford to Graham Steadman. Well read there by Derek Fox. The perfect roll of the sweeper. Derek Fox spotted that the chip kick or the rubber kick might come. He pulled himself back and saved Bradford. Dave Watson finding himself with nowhere to go. Oh, a risky pass in front of the post. "65 minutes gone, just to try and goal the difference. Castleford having that difference. Bradford Northern desperate to get up to the other end of the field, and quite quickly. Watson losing the ball. Morrison's in for the chase with Middleton. But once again, Gerald Cordler's there. And he must wonder what's happening, Joe.
He must be getting fed up with this. That's 3 times now he's had to retreat and kick the ball dead. Well, Bradford, like you say, need to get up the other end of the field to get some points on the board, and instead they're dropping out again from under their own sticks.
And here we see it, the wild pass. It's the kick by Tony Morrison, and when the ball goes to that corner, it's dangerous, but Cordler's once again there. And Graham Steadman, the number 1, coming up more and more into the attack, putting pressure on Castleford. Good spell here now from Castleford. Attempted drop there.
I think so. I think that was set for that one then. Richard Russell decides to go on his own instead.
And the 5th tackle. Lee Crooks having a chance. Chance his arm and he finds it. Well, he made that try in the first half for Smith with a kick. And now with a drop kick. He just edges Castleford out by 1 point, but psychologically means a lot. Bradford have to score twice.
It could have been in 1 from 3, that. Mike Ford, Crooks or Steadman. It was Lee Crooks, the big pressure player, puts over the point, and as you say, it makes Bradford have to score on 2 occasions to get out in front.
13 minutes remaining then to settle this Regal Trophy semi-final time. The winners to meet the winners of Salford or Wigan. And that match will be here on Grandstand next week. Oh, and a break again by Grant Anderson. And the speed of the play of the ball, taking Northern by surprise. St John Ellis to Ford. Surely a knock-on, it is. David Heron, number 13 there for Bradford, couldn't take advantage, but it'll be his scrum. And Castleford there, the territorial advantage in the second half, Joe, quite telling.
Yeah, I think it's those quick play the balls you mentioned that are causing it. They're playing the ball so fast that Bradford haven't got time to get back the full 10 yards before they're tackling again.
They're getting a roll on, aren't they?
That's right, and it's very hard to stop.
Newlove into the acting half-back position, perhaps sensing that something dramatic is needed from him. Number 4 for Bradford. Paul Dixon. David Heron. Paul Medley. It's Bradford Northern moving in again. Up to Kebby. Kebby, possibly a potential match winner with his pace. Derek Fox. Gratian. I think he was looking for the link there, trying to get that ball back to Derek Fox. But on the 5th tackle, Fox will test this Castleford wing, St John Ellis. Just shows the pressure on Bradford, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've had to defend hard in the second half. Those kicks into the corners just meant more and more tackling for the Bradford side. 144 tackles to Castleford's 118.
Crooks really led by example, and these girls trying to enthuse the home side, Bradford Northern. But it's Castleford's Tony Kemp who's commanding Tawera Nichow, using the blind side. He's got support there with him. Oh, and it's Graham Stedman going for the line, and Graham Stedman has scored. Support play by the fullback. We mentioned earlier that he was coming up time and time again in attack, and it's paid off. 21-10 for Castleford, and a try created out of nothing. His 10th of the season, one of the best attacking fullbacks in the game, Graham Stedman.
From a good play of the ball, Nichow goes down the blind side, brings it back inside with Mike Ford, and Stedman's there on hand. He's been sniffing all afternoon and he crosses the line eventually.
It's here where Tawera Nichow, he pulls the cover across to him. Then when it comes back inside to Stedman, he's got the space and the try.
Still had quite a bit to do there, Ray. Excellent step right on the end of it, just to take him over the line for the score.
Lee Crooks. Not the most difficult of kicks, but a lot of pressure in a semi-final. But it doesn't affect the Castleford skipper. 23-10, he takes him out now. Comfortable lead.
A lot of skill involved in this try. There's a fast play of the ball. Castleford have been doing that all afternoon. As you say, Nichow goes out wide, draws the play in. Mike Ford is inside, and there's Stedman, the big gap, one step, and over the line. That's a super try.
Nichow, and hasn't he had a good game, this Tawera Nichow, Joe?
Yeah, there's been many players on the Castleford side that have played very well, but he stands out head and shoulders above everybody else.
Ketteridge. And a superb pass again from Lee Crooks to Ford. Ford's following him everywhere on this pitch. He's picking up those passes, and Stedman relishing the attacking now. Oh, he did well to get that to Grant Anderson, going for the corner, and still Ford's in support, but to no avail. Just judging a touch and a knock on here, Joe.
Yeah, at a time when Castleford really only have to hold the ball and keep it safe, they're putting out these short passes, these short, smart passes, and they're paying off. They're splitting the Bradford defence.
with Alan Agar on the Castleford bench. Alan, Bradford Northern came back at you early in the second half, but Castleford always more incisive in the game.
Well, we weathered the storm. We know they were going to come up for the next 20 minutes after half-time, but we know if we could hold them for that would take the game away from them, and hopefully we're going to carry on doing so, Richard.
Yeah, those 2 substitutions that Bradford made just lifted them for a while, but not for too long.
Probably so. Took his players who he thought were most ineffective off, but I personally think that they missed David Hobbs because he's an organiser. They lose that bit when it's off, but it's his job to do. We've got our job to do, and so far we're doing it very well.
Are you thinking of the final yet?
Not yet.
Thanks, Alan.
Derek Fox doing his best to put some life into this Bradford side. St John Ellis. Ten metres gained valuably, and Dean Sampson waiting to come on. Another good burst from this Kiwi, Tony Kemp. He's a powerful runner, just lacked the support this time. Ford keeps it going, but Tony Morrison can't take it. And Dean Sampson, very, very keen, very eager to get on, coming on for Martin Kettridge. Sampson called out to join the Great Britain touring party 12 months ago. And a good stint there from Martin Kettridge. He's taken the ball up well at first receiver, put some good tackles in. McGowan. Fox hoping to move that ball out to that dangerous winger of Kevin and Newlove. Gratian. 4 minutes remaining for Bradford Northern to haul themselves back in this semi-final. But this Castleford defence still holding. I think that's been one of the examples this afternoon, this defence of Castleford's job.
Yeah, Castleford had defended well, but Bradford now too, late on in the game, were tiring. That defensive stint that they had to do, you know, just taking that little bit extra out of Bradford. And Castleford have been making the breaks in the last 10 minutes.
And as we've been accustomed to see all afternoon for Castleford defenders around Paul Newlove. Derek Fox opening out play with the long pass to Gerald Cordell. Back to McGowan. Got the handover. And just look at Tawera Nickau. He's so keen, even in this late stage, to get to possession. Sampson. His first touch. Middleton. And man of the match, Lee Crooks. A good stint of hard work and crucial in the point stakes as well. Sampson again. Fifth tackle, and I'm sure as he does, Mike Ford will just be quite content to put that ball anywhere down towards the 20-metre area for Bradford. Keep it away from the Castleford danger zone. Paul Medley. Fox. Heron. Dixon in midfield. Picked up by Tony Kemp. Play on, says the referee. Mr. Connolly. That was a good tackle by Paul Newlove. It stopped a dangerous raid there on the outside, but St John Ellis is back again. No respite for Bradford. Nickau again. Bradford with the possession, Joe, but Castleford with the territory.
Yeah, Castleford keep getting the ball back because now Bradford have to play a bit of risk football. They have to throw caution to the wind and attempt to get a late try. And I think you'll see... Well...
Oh, and here is a possibility. Tony Smith just brought down there by Dave Watson. On the 5th tackle again, but I'm sure Castleford will be looking for more points. Picked up by McGowan. Just inside the last minute here now at Odsal, and Castleford surely gaining revenge for defeat at this stage last season.
Well done, John.
Castleford conceding most of the penalties, but still higher in the point stakes. Roy Powell. And there is the hooter. Castleford reached the first Regal Trophy final for 17 years and only the second in the club's history. John Joyner, a successful player then, and now I'm sure he'll be looking to repeat that day as a coach. We'll have to wait until next week to see who the opposition is. It's Wigan or Salford next Saturday here on Grandstand. But a good start to the new year for those Castleford supporters. And I know you have to beat Salford next week, Joe, but Castleford worthy winners.
Yes, definitely. They came to Bradford today to win this semi-final, and that's exactly what they've done. They've played some very, very good football. They're prepared to throw the ball about, to play a little bit of risk rugby. They come away with the win, and deservedly so, into the final.
Castleford moving towards the bulk of their spectators, delight in the camp. I think especially for John Joyner, the new coach, but worthy winners and worthy challengers for the Regal Trophy. Castleford 23, Bradford Northern 10.
And